Hi there everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So today we're gonna whip up some seriously yummy chocolate dipped butter cookies. Nothing too fancy, just a bit of baking therapy. Let's get started. I've got our flour here, eggs, icing sugar, double cream, unsalted butter, baking powder, vanilla extract, and of course chocolate, can't forget that. Got some cooking milk chocolate and white chocolate for decorating. We now have all the ingredients at hand and ready to go. Alright, so we got our room temperature butter here, nice and soft. We're just gonna chop it into smaller cubes. Mine went slightly too soft, but that's alright. We will mix it in a minute anyway. I'm chucking it straight into our mixing bowl. If you are enjoying this video, please don't forget to like, share and comment. Now we're just gonna beat this butter until it's all light and fluffy. You know, when it looks kind of pale and airy? Looking good, so we can now add other ingredients. We're gonna add our icing sugar, a little splash of vanilla for the extra flavor, crack in 2 eggs, and a tablespoon of double cream just to make things extra delicious. Let's mix all that until it's nicely combined. Subscribe to my Hushh Pantry channel for more ASMR cooking videos. Now for the dry stuff. We've got our white plain flour here and a teaspoon of baking powder. We're just gonna sieve it into the bowl. This just helps get rid of any lumps and makes for a lighter cookie. Let's mix that flour and baking powder in until it just comes together into a dough. I will start with an electric mixer, and when it becomes too thick for a mixer, I will knead it for a bit by hand. We don't want to overmix it though, as it can lead to tough and chewy cookies instead of soft and crumbly ones. I'm spreading a bit of flour on my board to make sure the dough won't stick to it. Let's dip it out and form it into a little log shape. Squish it together into a nice even shape. We'll gently square it off a bit. I'll use a chopping board to flatten the sides a bit to make it more square. Now let's wrap it up with a parchment paper and pop it into the fridge for about 30 minutes. It needs to firm up a bit so it's easier to slice, and the cookies don't spread too much when they bake. And we've got us some time for a little cleanup. Right, it had its chill time. Now we can cut it into nice, medium thick slices, about this thick. Not too thin, not too chunky. Time to get these beauties ready for the oven. Got our baking tray here. Let's cut some baking paper and lay it down. A bit of baking paper just stops them from sticking, makes life easier. And then we carefully place our cookies onto the tray, leaving a little space between them. And into the preheated oven they go. 15 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius should be enough. That's 356 Fahrenheit. In the meantime, I will melt our cooking chocolate. The short 30 seconds bursts in the microwave will be the easiest way. Just make sure to stir the chocolate well after each burst. This way it won't burn. And our cookies are done. There is nothing better than freshly baked cookies. They smell amazing. Now, the highlight of the day, chocolate dipping. I will coat only half, but you can go with a full cookie or even add an extra chocolate layer once the first coat sets. Whatever you fancy. To add a little touch to our lovely cookies, I will add some white chocolate. I have some white chocolate buttons and I will melt them in the microwave. With a small spoon, I go over the biscuits, pouring thin strands of white chocolate. And there you have it, freshly baked goodies. I love my coffee with cookies, biscuits, shortbreads, or whatever you call them. This is my small addiction. Simple yet mouth-watering delights. Hope you give them a go.